Hello and welcome to Monday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The mother of a young man who died after a fight is calling for tougher sentences for people who carry knives.
Emma Kayla's 25-year-old son Jordan was killed after being stabbed 4 times while on a night out. Hayden Maslam was given a 20-month sentence for carrying an offensive weapon.
Mrs Cayley is speaking out as it's revealed the number of people convicted for knife crimes in Devon and Cornwall has reached a 7-year high. Richard Payne has this report.
Jordan Taylor's mother ending that report there, and Richard has joined us in the studio for more on this. So Richard, what are police doing to try to stop knife crime?
All sorts of things really. Lines recently, that's a big drugs trade going into our...
Oh, there are some frightening looking weapons in those pictures, Richard. Are these amnesties actually having any impact?
Short term, I'd say yes, I think.
And they're talking about sentencing. Anything from Devon and Cornwall police about that?
Really interesting, Kylie, actually.
OK, Richard, for now, thank you very much.
Well, let's now turn to other news in the region, and 2 men have been released under investigation after a car drove into 5 people in Tiverton. It happened.
A man has appeared in court after an attempted attack on Exeter Synagogue on Saturday night. 51.
Police in Devon are warning people not to take a pill, which is a dangerous mix of...
Fans of Cornwall's biggest football club face a 170-mile round trip to watch their team at home next season. Truro City.
Now, next on this evening's programme, a meeting is taking place tonight to debate controversial plans to build a new heliport in Penzance, 6 years after the old service closed down.
Well, supporters say a new service is vital for both the economy in Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, despite a rival helicopter service from Land's End Airport, which opened back in May. Well, our reporter Steve Hardy is live in Penzance for us this evening. So, Steve, this development splitting the community there.
And you are watching ITV News here in the West Country with Kylie and Jonty. There is still plenty more to come on this evening's programme before 6:30, including...
And straight after us, the ITV News continues with more on the ongoing heatwave. Charlene White has the details. But first, as you've just heard, temperatures this week could break all records, and as the heat wave continues, extraordinary demand is being placed on our region's water supply.
Yes, Wessex Water has seen a 20% increase in demand and is using the latest technology to get water to the areas where it's most needed. Ellie Louise Ringe has been behind the scenes at the control centre as she takes a look at how the West Country is coping.
That was Ellie Louise Ringe there, and our weather forecaster Charlie will be...
But if you are planning to travel abroad this summer, then there are warnings about travelling without insurance.
Yeah, latest figures show 1/5 of people actually have no cover at all. Tourism bosses say one of the main reasons is cost or the belief that it's not needed.
Well, tonight, in the first part of our summer getaway guide, Matt Price has been speaking to... So that was the first of our reports this week. Tomorrow, Matt will be looking at the different costs of a holiday for single parents compared to those taken by 2-parent families.
Now, a Somerset charity has urged people to put food and water out for wildlife, with animals struggling during this hot weather we're having.
Secret World Wildlife Rescue says it's been inundated this summer and currently has over 700 animals under specialist care.
Well, heat is particularly a problem for gulls, with many being brought in with severe burns on their feet, as Ben McGrail now reports.
Good to see someone's looking after those little hedgehogs, isn't it? Let's get the latest weather forecast now. We're going to go back to Wimbleball Reservoir in Exmoor. Charlie's there for us. So, Charlie, what's happening with the weather? We've got any rain on the horizon?
Been talking about the effects of this heat wave, haven't we? We can see the ground there not particularly looking very lush. Is this heat wave going to continue then, looking further ahead?
It looks like it will. OK, Charlie, thanks very much indeed. Now, before we leave you, let's remind you of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. As the number of people...
This evening, I'll be back with the late news at 10:30.
Now I'll hand you to Charlene White as the ITV News continues. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.